Okay, so for the magnitude 1 case, I can show you with a concrete example and to help you understand which side we can add the arrows. This is same we have a entity. Maybe I can just copy from the page here. We have a basic structure here. And we have an entity. We can write down the name as the component. It is a rectangle. And it may have a bunch of attributes we don't draw here because we are focused on the relationship here. And let's assume we have another entity. We have the entity, we name it as a CEO, for example, who runs this component. Right? Between them, we have a relationship. We can draw with a diamond. We can copy it here and paste here. Let me give a name for the relationship. We can name it as a managers. Right? We know we need to connect this diamond with rectangles. Let me use a shape. We can add some lines. So we need to use a straight line. Let me copy this line first. I'm drawing this diagrams with this keynote inside Mac, so it can attach it to the structures automatically. Generally, we can attach the line to one angle. Now on one side connects to the boundary of the rectangles. And similar for here, we can connect to the rectangle and also connect to this angle of this diamond. Right? So this is a relationship connects component with the CEO, denotes the CEO manages this component. According to our understanding, the one component has one single CEO, right? However, the CEO can manage multiple components. We have an example, right? Like Elon Musk, right? He has multiple components, like besides Tesla, he also runs his SpaceX, right? So we know that one component has one single CEO, and one CEO can run some multiple components. Then the question, which side can we add these arrows? To the left or to the right? How can we decide which side to add the arrows? Let me give you two cases, right? Let me show you two cases. The first case is to the right hand side. The other case is to the left hand side. Let me enlarge these lines for you so you can see the arrows clearly. So you can see the arrows here, right? And the arrow here. So which one is correct? And I have one method to help you decide which one is correct. Normally when I read this diagram like this, if I can see, let me hide the second one first. We can be focused on the first one. Let me hide this one first, right? I can use a gray for you. If I see a diagram like this, I can read the diagram in this way. We have component, we have CEO, we have managers. We know it is a relationship connects two entities. And we can see the lines, we have one direction to the right hand side. When I read the diagram like this, I can understand this way. If the arrow is pointing to the right hand side, it means if I know a component, then I can find one single. Let me enlarge this one. We can change it to the uppercase, one single, right? And we can also highlight this with a bolded font and also with some corners even. We use like red colors to help you see this. One single like a CEO. From the CEO and the set. Let me change this one to a normal font. And we can find one single CEO from the CEO set who manages. So when I read a diagram like this, I can understand this way. If I know a component here from the left hand side, Then we can find one single CEO because it points with the arrow to a CEO set, and this CEO manages this complaint, right? If so, then we can add one arrow to the right-hand side. This is a correct case, right? And we can read it this way. Let's come to the second case. If I read diagram like this, I can follow a similar sentence shown here, right? Then you can see the difference and which one is correct. If I know, because it points to the left-hand side to a complaint, then we can read from the right-hand side to the left. If I know a CEO from the CEO set, then I can find one single complaint from the complaint set. Which is managed by the CEO. Right. If we read it for the second diagram from the right-hand side to the left, because it points to the left, right? Then we can read in this way. Given a CEO, we can find one single complaint, which one is managed by the CEO. However, according to our problem, we know that one CEO can manage the multiple complaints simultaneously, right? Because in other words, this second case is not true. It doesn't hold, right? And we can delete it. Then we can know if we are starting the complaint CEO and the managing relationship, we can add one arrow to the CEO actually, because it is a magnitude 1, right? If we are starting this complaint CEO as well as the management relationships, then we can add one arrow to the right-hand side, right? I hope you can understand me, with this example to decide which side to add the arrows. So if we are starting this one-to-one, then we can understand this relationship in a similar way, like if we have the entity A and B and R, then we can understand this one as two directions at the same time. And let's assume it is one-to-one, right? How can we read this diagram? It means if I know a entity, a element, then I can find one single element B from B set, and A and B forms a relationship in the R set, right? This is one direction from the A to B, right? Then we can also, and at the same time, they should be connected by the end, right? So this is to interpret this one-to-one relationship between the entities. Right? If you can have some cases, these two sentences can hold. If so, then you need to draw a diagram like this with these arrows pointing to both sides. Right? I hope this example can help you understand this Kalininati constraint on the relationships.